The film begins 10 years after humanity faced the worst pandemic the world has ever seen, caused by a virus that kills people and then brings them back to life as zombies. Since then, a brutal war broke out between humans and zombies. The zombies attacked their families and friends because they were not in their right minds. In a short time, this virus killed 2 billion people. A global organization managed to save humanity, and with the help of governments, they controlled the pandemic and eliminated the zombies completely, so they were no longer present among people. The only place on Earth where zombies still existed was an isolated island called the Resort. This island became a tourist resort where ordinary people are allowed to go after paying a fee to have a good time hunting and killing zombies. The person behind this project was a woman named Valerie, who also funded a charity organization called Hope for You. Valerie became known in the media as the CEO of the resort. There were debates about this topic. Some saw the resort as an excellent investment project, while others attacked Valerie, seeing it as a violation of human rights. We are then introduced to Melanie, who was one of the survivors of the pandemic, but is still unable to overcome the trauma she experienced long ago. Her fiancé, Louis, wants to help her with her disturbances, so they decide to take Melanie to the tourist resort. This would give Melanie the chance to face her greatest fears, the zombies, and by killing a few of them, she could overcome her trauma. Melanie also couldn't sleep and had nightmares about her father, who died in the war between humans and zombies. The day of the trip to the resort arrives. Melanie is scared, but Louis is with her, reassuring her. Melanie meets a little girl whom the Hope for You organization saved during the pandemic. This organization adopted refugees after the end of the world. Melanie and Louis board the ship and sail across the ocean. With them are other people coming to hunt zombies, including some investors who have a plan to build a new resort, and a woman named Sadie, whose fiancé recently left her, so she came to release her anger at the resort. The tourists arrive at Zombie Island, are welcomed by the officials, take welcome drinks, and get into cars to go to their accommodations. They meet a woman named Isabel. Isabel shows them the mansion and takes each tourist to their room, as they will spend several days here on the island. Melanie then decides to go to the swimming pool. Afterwards, the tourists are taken to the shooting range. Louis, Melanie's fiancé, was a former soldier, so Melanie didn't need an instructor to train her. She relied on Louis to teach her. Then everyone gathers to attend a small welcome party and meet the resort's president, Valerie. Valerie speaks and gives a speech. At that time, Sadie gets up, sneaks out of the party, breaks into the control room, and steals data from the resort's computer. At the same time, Valerie presents a tied-up zombie to the tourists, telling them that the resort was created to be a place for celebration, where everyone can release their negative energy and celebrate the end of the pandemic. Sadie leaves after stealing the data she wanted on a flash drive, but a man named Archer sees her leaving the room and is surprised that she snuck out of the party, but he doesn't pay much attention to it. The next morning, Melanie is walking around the place and sees an employee tying up the zombie that was at the party yesterday. Melanie feels uncomfortable after seeing the zombie and feels bad because these were once humans and are now being treated like this. Then the tourists go to hunt zombies. They get into cars and are divided into two groups, each with a guide. In Melanie's team, their guide is named Tom. Tom tells them they will have a very good time. In the control room, Valerie is present, monitoring all the tourists' movements. The cars carrying the tourists move out of the garage. Suddenly, the alarm goes off for no reason, and the security system malfunctions. Silva, the person in charge, turns off the alarm and ignores the malfunction, not considering it a big problem. The tourists then see an iron fence dividing the park into two parts, preventing the zombies from crossing. Tom tells them that once they cross the iron fence, they will be alone, and their lives will be in danger. If, God forbid, they are bitten by a zombie, there is nothing that can be done to save them, and they will turn into zombies. If that happens, they will have to sacrifice the life of the person who was bitten and kill them. The tourists knew about all the risks they would face before arriving on the island, so they were not surprised by Tom's words. Other tourists were present and started shooting at the zombies. Sadie is filming what is happening. The investors' team enters an abandoned city. The zombies present were tied up so the tourists could kill them. The difficulty increases a bit, and they hunt any zombie they find. We go to the team with Louis and Melanie, preparing for their first battle. Melanie is trembling as she sees hundreds of zombies standing in front of her. Two men named Jack and Alfie grab their weapons and start shooting, excited, saying they have been waiting for this moment for a long time. Louis joins them and manages to kill a zombie by shooting it in the head, the only way to kill a zombie. He gives the weapon to Melanie so she can kill too, but she refuses to aim when she sees the zombie's appearance and pities it. But Archer grabs his weapon and kills the zombie mercilessly. Every bullet he fires hits the zombie's head perfectly, impressing everyone with his high skill. They then empty most of their ammunition on the zombies. Afterwards, they go to camp in the forest for the night. Archer suspects Sadie more because her behavior was strange. After everything she saw on the island, Melanie says that their trip to the resort was a bad idea because she cannot shoot the zombies. We go to Valerie in her office. The security system problem has not been solved yet. Silva comes to her and informs her that the resort was hacked yesterday. Hundreds of files were stolen, and a dangerous virus entered their security system. The technicians and officials still don't know who did this. He says they were busy recently controlling the devices on the island, and if this virus problem isn't solved, the resort will be filled with zombies. Suddenly, the trapped zombies begin to break free, and the doors of the cages they are held in open. At night, the investors' team is looking for a place to camp, but is attacked by the freed zombies. The employees inside the mansion are also attacked. In the midst of the chaos, Isabel tries to escape, but the zombies chase her and eat her alive. Minutes later, the zombies reach the control room and attack the employees. But Valerie manages to escape and hide in her office, saving herself. One of the employees keeps knocking on her door to let him in, but Valerie is scared and doesn't open it. The employee dies and turns into a zombie. The security system's emergency protocol activates automatically. This system will destroy the entire island within hours. With Melanie, the team has fallen asleep at the camp, but Melanie wakes up and walks around. She finds Sadie awake. Melanie asks her why she is awake, and Sadie says she can't sleep. Melanie sits with her. They have a drink and talk, unaware of the chaos happening. Suddenly, a zombie approaches them. Melanie goes to wake the rest of the team while Sadie aims her weapon at the zombie, but doesn't shoot. Archer sees the zombie and kills it immediately with a bullet to the middle of the head. When Tom arrives, he is shocked because normally no zombie can escape. Lewis asks Tom why he is shocked since they supposedly crossed the iron fence. Tom tells him there is also an electric fence preventing entry. Tom goes to turn on the car headlights to see if there are zombies around them. They discover there are many zombies very close to them. Archer immediately starts shooting. The rest of the team helps him. Sadie and Melanie run to hide. Tom tries to contact headquarters for help, but no one answers. While Melanie and Sadie try to hide, Melanie is attacked by a zombie and is about to be bitten, but Sadie appears and pushes the zombie away. Because their situation is bad, they all climb on top of the car to avoid being bitten by the zombies. But Alfie trips while climbing onto the car, and unfortunately, the zombies kill him. They manage to kill all the zombies, and things calm down a bit. Our team is afraid that another group of zombies will attack them, so they stay on top of the car all night. In the morning, Tom tells them that no help is coming, and that the emergency protocol has surely activated, and the island will explode within hours. They must leave the island quickly before that happens. But the problem is that the car they had broke down, so they are forced to walk to the port and take the ship from there. Jack says goodbye to his friend Alfie, who died, and joins the team. They set off towards the port. There are 5 hours left until the explosion, and our team hasn't even walked halfway. Archer takes command of the team since he has more experience than them. A zombie appears and attacks Jack. Luckily, Tom manages to kill the zombie before it bites Jack. When Tom examines the zombie's body, he discovers it was Mike, one of Tom's colleagues at the resort. Tom is terrified and wonders what happened to make things so dangerous because the security systems on the island are very strong. Jack concludes there is a hacker behind this, and it could be anyone on the island. After walking a bit, they find the car that had the investors' team. Archer kills any zombie that approaches them. While the rest of the team crosses a gate, Melanie is the first to cross to the other side but falls victim to a zombie. Sadie intervenes and saves the situation at the last moment, blowing up the zombie's head. The whole team has crossed the gate except for Tom. Tom is attacked by zombies, and his life ends as he gets bitten. Lewis kills the zombie and then kills Tom. Melanie is very upset by what Lewis did. They then move quickly. Melanie refuses to talk to Lewis the whole way. Archer finally decides to expose Sadie in front of everyone. He says he saw her entering the control room in the mansion at night, trying to hide from security guards. He asks her why she came to this island. Sadie realizes there is no point in lying and says she just took some files from the computer. Sadie is a member of an organization that defends zombie rights. This organization wants to stop the killing of zombies, so they sent Sadie to download some files from the resort's computer. Jack tells her the flash drive she took from the organization had a virus, and this virus allowed her organization to take control of the entire resort. She feels guilty about what happened and is disappointed. Lewis blames her for everything that happened. Everyone can't stand Sadie anymore and leaves her to walk away, but Melanie says she won't leave her or abandon her. Our team continues on their way and reaches the abandoned city. They hear some murmuring and hide. Archer throws a stone to distract the zombies with the sound. They move very cautiously so as not to make noise and alert the zombies. But the building they are in is full of zombies. The team divides into 2 groups. Jack and Sadie run to exit from the back door, but a zombie appears and attacks Sadie. Sadie manages to kill it, but she is injured. She tells Jack to run quickly, and she will hold off the approaching zombies to buy him time. Jack joins the rest of the team, and they manage to cross the fence safely. There is 1 hour left until the explosion. Our team finds an underground tunnel leading to the port. They advance a bit and see zombies locked in cages with high temperatures. They escape from this room, thinking they are safe, but a zombie appears and attacks Jack. Archer kills the zombie, but Jack is injured. Archer is forced to kill Jack. Now only 3 are left: Melanie, Archer, and Lewis. The 3 of them move and are surprised to find a refugee camp. The charity organization Hope for You created this camp. It turns out Valerie was bringing refugees from all over the world to this camp, under the pretense of providing them shelter and housing. But it turns out Valerie was bringing the refugees to turn them into zombies to keep the island running. The high-temperature room our team saw earlier with the zombies was intended to heat the zombies so they would appear older and not look like they had recently turned. Suddenly, the refugee zombies come out at them from the camp. Lewis and Melanie run away. Archer tries to kill several of them. They all retreat and try to close the door, but the zombies are too many. Lewis finds an exit through the ceiling and selfishly escapes first. Archer tells Melanie to escape, and he will hold the door and follow her. Melanie believes him that he will indeed follow her. But when Melanie escapes and saves herself, Archer opens the door and kills as many zombies as he can. Now there are only 16 minutes left until the explosion. Melanie walks down a corridor and reaches the first place she was when she arrived on the island. This place is also full of zombies. Suddenly, Lewis appears in front of her and apologizes for leaving them and running away. But Melanie sees a bite mark on Lewis's arm. She points her weapon at him, but instead of shooting him, she hands him the weapon so she won't be responsible. Lewis shoots himself because there is no hope of saving him. Melanie escapes to a room before the zombie can eat her. Suddenly, she is pulled into the room where Valerie is.
Valerie tells her there is no way to escape except through the emergency exit. Valerie wants to create a distraction for the zombies, so they leave the emergency exit. She tells Melanie to give her the weapon, but Melanie refuses to cooperate with her and calls her a devil. The two fight over the gun Melanie has, but the zombies storm the place, eat Valerie, and finish her off. Melanie manages to escape through the emergency exit and gets out of the building. The zombies chase her. At that moment, the emergency protocol activates and explosions begin all over the island. Melanie barely avoids the explosions and jumps into the sea. The entire island burns and is destroyed. Rescue helicopters arrive and pick up Melanie. 3 weeks later, all the media outlets are still talking about what happened on the island. Surprisingly, we see Archer in a bar. It turns out he somehow survived. He sees Melanie on TV. Melanie has handed over Sadie's flash drive with all the Rezort files to the media, proving that the Hope for You organization is involved in turning refugees into zombies. A reporter appears, informing people about what happened to the zombies that were on the island. We see in the background zombies attacking ordinary people. It turns out a large number of zombies managed to survive the explosions and escape the island, starting the second war between humans and zombies. And with that, we have reached the end